Hello, my name is Eric, and this video will show you how to install Linux Mint Debian Edition to your computer. Alright, I am assuming that you already have a bootable USB drive that contains Linux Mint Debian Edition. If not, you can watch my video on how to create one using Windows XP. Okay, now use that USB as your boot device when turning on your computer. The Linux Mint automatic boot up sequence should now display on your screen. The live session may take a while to load. Depends on how fast your computer is, so let's just wait for a few seconds. Alright, so now I'm inside the live session and it has loaded the desktop. You can play around, but I'll just go on straight ahead and install Linux Mint. So just click on the Install Linux Mint icon to start the graphical installer. The first dialog to greet you would be the language. So you choose your language here and press forward to continue. And then the next screen will ask you for your time zone. So choose from the selected time zone drop-down and click the forward button. And the keyboard layout screen will ask you which model of keyboard you are using. Choose accordingly. The user info screen will now ask you to provide your full name, username, password, and hostname. For the hostname, you can put anything there, but I'm going to use LMDE. Alright, so now we have to choose the hard drive where we will install. So it's best to just stick with the default, which is to install Linux Mint on the selected drive, unless you're an advanced user and you know what you're doing with your partitions. If you have an empty drive like I do here, you will be asked if you want to create a partition table. Just click yes and proceed to the next step. Okay, so you're now presented with a graphical representation of your partition table in your hard disk that was created. So now, I suggest you just go with the default, and then for mount point, select the /, and for format as, select ext4. And then now you will be asked if you'd like to install the bootloader. This is responsible for booting your system, so just stick with the default and click the forward button. Okay, so before the installation begins, you are presented a summary page to review. If there are changes you need to do, just click on the back button. Otherwise, click on Install button. So now installation has begun. You can sit back, relax, and read the slides of the installer, or you can minimize it and browse the internet while you're waiting. Okay, congratulations. Installation is now complete. Do remember that when you reboot your computer, if you set your boot device to the USB drive, then remove it before going to reboot so the computer will boot from your hard disk and not from the USB drive. Alright, so now Linux Mint is booting and you should see a grub menu, and select the first entry and wait for it to load. Now you get to the login screen. Log in with the credentials you used when you created the user during installation. If this is the first time you've used Linux Mint, I suggest you go through the documentation which is presented by the welcome screen. Alright, so now that everything's done, I guess this is it for me. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my future videos.